Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hi, this is Emily Iannelli, and I am male to female transgender, and I'm working towards complete feminization of my body. I'm working in conjunction with the surgery team or surgical team at Mount Sinai. I have a surgeon who hopefully will be conducting the surgery. This is a monumental step for me in my male to female transition. You know, I remember as early as 16 years old when I was desiring to be a woman, and that obviously would entail surgery. So I knew way back then. That's 42 years ago now, believe it or not. And that's a long time. But I wanted surgery when I was a teenager. The one thing I know about transgender related issues is that I think this current generation of younger transgender individuals is having more understanding and acceptance. Not always, because you do hear tragic stories where young transgender individuals are not accepted by family, friends, whatever. And a few times, tragically, they've taken their lives. So not everybody is fortunate to have understanding family. But then you have success stories as well. I think Jazz, she has a TV show, I Am Jazz, and I know she had her surgery not that long ago. So she's a good role model for younger transgender individuals. I think she's very smart, very ambitious, and she knew from a very early age that she was in fact transgender. So her parents have been wonderful too. I've seen interviews when she was very young with Barbara Walters, and I was quite impressed with her. You know, she's very mature for her age, and obviously she's very comfortable in living as a female. And now she had her surgery, so she's excited. Now she begins a new chapter in her life. And, you know, you wish people well, and obviously she's a sweetheart, so obviously I want her to have a good life and, you know, enjoy being a woman. And hopefully she'll meet a man and get married, and they'll figure out a way to have children. But in my case, I'm much older. You know, I didn't come out in public or to family and till I was in my early 50s. So for me, it's not as easy and simple, because now as I get older, I'm having more health-related issues that I'm concerned about. But deep down in my heart, I know I need to go have surgery, because otherwise I will never achieve what I wanted from an early age. And to not go through surgery when I wanted it at age 16 would be kind of a sad epitaph for me. You know, I need to live my life the way I feel more comfortable. And I feel more comfortable as a woman, you know, and I think that that's the right course for me to take. You know, I've had some barriers, I've had some doubt. Unfortunately, I lost my job because of my transition, and I subsequently have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression, and I am also struggling with all the things that come with owning a home and raising a family. You know, I have a son on the spectrum for autism, so that's not so easy to deal with either. And I'm going through my own personal battles. So I can only do what I can do. And I'm trying to help my son, but it's not so easy. And now, once I go through the surgery, it's going to take a while for me to recover, you know, so it's not going to be an easy thing. You know, it's not going to be the end of my problems. It's not going to change much of anything other than my physical appearance. And it will allow me then to be more complete as a woman. You know, in theory, if I was leaning towards wanting a sex life, it would be far different now, because now I would have the functional workings of a woman, with the exception of being able to give birth, get pregnant, all that stuff. You know, they don't have such a surgery now yet to allow transgender women to experience giving birth. That's not developed science yet. But who knows? It may come a day when that will be possible. And if it is, that's good. I hope that transgender women eventually will be able to experience that, but it's not likely. Anyway, the thing that I'm trying to focus on in regard to my own personal transition is to have the vaginoplasty, which will allow me to have the workings of a vagina. That's basically what I need right now. Um, you know, and then once you have the surgery, you have to maintain the medical, the aftermath of the surgery. You have to then dilate, because you need to keep that opening from closing. You don't want to have that get result in complications. So basically, you use um, these dilators, which I guess would mimic what it would be like if you had sex with a man, except now you're using something that you would physically place into the vagina to allow it to have sensation, to allow it to get used to that point where if down the road, not me, but a transgender woman uh, decided to date men and then eventually want to have relations with them, and obviously one thing lead to another and they have sex, they need to keep that vagina from closing. I know it's kind of weird to talk about like this, but the reality is, if a transgender woman wants to have somewhat of a sexual life, the ideal way is to obviously have intercourse, and really you can only do that with a man. So I'm sure there are many transgender women, whether they lean towards men or women or whatever. It's just something that evolves. Each transgender woman is different, and you can't go by what one does. You know, everybody's got to grow into it. You know, me, I am just trying to uh, learn myself and understand me as a person. You know, I've never really been into the sex part. I've only wanted to be who I am, who I identify as. And I think that going to the next level, which is the surgery, will enable me to feel more comfortable as a woman. And I dress up, I feel good in my clothes. And there was a point when I took a step backwards when I kind of detransitioned for family reasons. And I knew right then and there after I started that it was not right for me. I couldn't go back. So I'm heading in the right direction again by, I'm growing out my hair again. It's short, it's going to take a while. I'm upset about it, but what can I do? I need to let it grow. I need to be patient. I have a good hairstylist, Luna. She's really good. She's a good hearted, kind young woman, and she takes care of me. So I love her, and I want her to help me with my hair growth. And and she styles it nicely. She gave me the blonde look, which I like. And, that's all I can ask for. I have good doctors. I go to a good program at Mount Sinai in the city. I have my psychiatrist there. I also have a therapist, but that's in Long Island, um, uh, Nassau Central Guidance. And I go there on a weekly basis. My psychiatrist I see once a month. And now I'm in touch with my surgeon at Mount Sinai also. So I'm, excited. I'm hoping to have my health issues kind of clear up as best they can, and so I can move forward with the surgery. And when I talked to the surgeon who's supposed to do the surgery, he said we'll try for August. So that's what I'm hoping for. I know it's going to be anxiety. It's going to be a lot of thoughts in my mind as the dates get closer. But I'm really um, excited. I'm very eager to go forward with it. And I want to be, true to how I identify. We can't be criticized. There are a lot of good people out there who accept me as a person, and they're happy for me. If it all is positive in my case, it is. So there are good people out there who do care, and they want me to be happy, and I want to be happy. I want my family to be happy, my son. And I take one day at a time and look forward to the prospects of the surgery, and then the aftermath. Obviously, I will have to see my surgeon on a regular basis following the surgery. So it's a lot to face, but I think once I get through it, it should be a good positive step in my own transition from male to female. As the days get closer and then the surgery happens and the aftermath, I will chronicle, because I know YouTube is a good source for learning about the whole process. And I'm posting videos, I do social media posts, so I will explain everything and give people my own take on what it's like to go through the process of waiting to do surgery, then having the surgery, and then what happens after. So once I get closer, I'll have other things to talk about. So anyway, just wanted to give everybody a quick hello and talk a little. I love you all. Emily, take care, my friends.